Thursday keeps filling with water and sand.
UNC Center for Civil Rights one step closer to losing its right to file lawsuits. The UNC Board of Governors Education Committee voted 5-1 to move forward with a plan to strip the center of litigation powers. Anna Nelson of the Education Committee understands why the issue is polarizing.
Matters such as this would be handled at a campus level, and I do not question the authority of the board to take this action. I just question the appropriateness.
After failing to repeal and replace Obamacare, Congress now turning its attention to tax reform. More from CBS News correspondent Steve Dorsey in Washington.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says Congress will begin its work on tax reform after Labor Day, but he's not optimistic about working with Democrats after they sent a letter to Republican leaders opposing tax cuts for the rich.
I don't think that this is going to be 1986 when you had a bipartisan effort to scrub the code.
But Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Republicans can't go it alone.
We would plead with our Republican colleagues not to make the same mistake they did on health care and try to do it by themselves. They're going to have a very similar result, I would predict.
Steve Dorsey, CBS News, Washington.
Carolina Hurricanes owner Peter Carmano says he wants to sell his team for about $500 million. He's had conversation with former Texas Rangers CEO Chuck Greenberg. You're listening to NCN News.
This is the best time of year to come to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue for one of our fresh combo platters, made perfect with sips of Smithfield's famous sweet tea. I get it, Juicy Bird fried chicken is one delicious part of the combo, but don't forget the fresh, slow-cooked barbecue. And pulled pork barbecue. With our combo platters, you can love both.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Better sleep makes you better at work, play, and school. Purchase a select Beauty Rest mattress at the Beauty Rest Back to School Savings Event and make your bed a smart bed for just $99 with a Beauty Rest Sleep Tracker Monitor. It's designed to help you monitor your sleep, understand your sleep, and fix your sleep. Beauty Rest Back to School Savings. Find a retailer at beautyrestretailers.com.
2 days after Irwin teenagers drowned in the Cape Fear River, lifeguards urging young people to be careful in the water. James Klein, a water rescue expert with the Fayetteville Fire Department, tells WTVD plenty of teens wind up in danger because of their friends or classmates.
Peer pressure will get you in a lot of trouble. If you don't know how to swim and your buddies egg you on, and then you go out there and then you end up drowning and the lifeguard has to come rescue you. So peer pressure is a big, if your friend can't swim, don't encourage them to go out into the water where you can't stand up in.
President Trump's nominee to succeed James Comey as director of the FBI, confirmed by the Senate yesterday, 92-5. The vote, CBS News correspondent Jeff Pegues.
It's been a turbulent couple of months. The FBI director was fired on May 9th, and since that time, the department or the bureau has been in some sense of upheaval in the way that happened and how it was described.
The NAACP put out an extraordinary warning about travel this summer, not overseas, but in Missouri. CBS News correspondent Jerika Duncan is in Jefferson City.
They are legalizing discrimination in the state of Missouri.
Attorney Nimrod Chappell Jr. is the president of the NAACP in Missouri. He says a bill recently signed into law by Republican Governor Eric Greitens is so dangerous, Chappell has a name for it.
The Jim Crow bill, because in the eyes of the NAACP, that's what it was breathing life into.
Currently, you can file a discrimination claim in the state of Missouri if things like race, religion, and gender are a contributing factor to discrimination. But later this month, alleged victims of discrimination would have to prove it as the motivating factor, and Chappell says that's extremely hard to do.
A planned Raleigh visit from the...
All you ever need in news, weather, sports, and the best blend of the oldies is right here on the mighty 590 WCAB.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen.
Healthcare on Capitol Hill is getting another look. Republicans now said to be working with Democrats to find a fix and shore up the market. That after efforts to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act stalled in the Senate. More from ABC's Maggie Woolley in Washington.
Both sides are calling for a solution, with Republican Senator Lamar Alexander and Democratic Senator Patty Murray teaming up, saying they want to see federal payments to insurers that help millions of low and moderate income Americans afford coverage continue for at least another year.
The president has called to let Obamacare collapse if the Senate can't pass a bill to repeal and replace it. President Trump facing questions about transparency after the White House acknowledged the president weighed in on his son's drafted statement about a meeting with a Russian attorney during the campaign. The president's personal attorney for weeks denied that the president had any involvement in the original statement, but advisors in the White House tell ABC News the president dictated the statement himself. E-commerce giant Amazon is going on a nationwide hiring spree today, and you could land a job on the spot.
In this one day, Amazon by itself can reverse the trend in retail employment, which has mainly declined since October of last year. Amazon has 50,000 jobs to fill in what it calls fulfillment centers across the country. Those are where products are packed and shipped to fulfill customer orders. There are positions open in 10 cities, and Amazon said it would make thousands of on-the-spot job offers to qualified candidates. The labor market is tight. There's a shrinking pool of job seekers, so Amazon said it would offer highly competitive wages and benefits. Ann Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Hazmat crews in Florida still on scene in Oklahoma City overnight at the Will Rogers World Airport after a JetBlue flight was diverted on its way to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when passengers became sick. Firefighters and paramedics say 5 people were treated after an odor was detected in the cabin of that flight. You're listening to ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? You feel like there's no way out? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Get off the debt treadmill and stop the harassment. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Call now at 866-844-7344 for free information. For about 10 years, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Get off the endless cycle without having to declare bankruptcy. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-7344. That's 866-844-7344.
In Florida, scary moments at Orlando International Airport Tuesday after a federal agent's gun accidentally went off. ABC's Tony Murillo has more from Orlando.
It happened at the TSA checkpoint in the crowded main terminal, which is attached to a Hyatt hotel atrium. The man, identified by local police only as a federal agent, shot himself in the foot. Police tell me he was putting a bag on the conveyor, somehow knocking his weapon out of its holster, and when he grabbed for it, the pistol went off. My ear's still ringing. Passenger Tim Gish offered to help. He told me to back off and go away. He was a federal cop. According to police, the agent was heading home from vacationing in Florida. Federal agents are allowed to fly with their weapons even if they're off duty. Tony Marino, ABC News, Orlando.
It's a destination many of us have been to, especially in one of those work meetings. ABC's Daria Albinger explains.
You've probably been to Abilene, even if you've never been to Texas.
The Abilene paradox is the term that is so often used when everyone agrees to do something that no one really wants to do.
Rich Moran says you probably went there in at least one work meeting.
It happens more than we think. Especially it happens when people know in advance that it's not going to be a successful idea, but everyone says, what the heck, we'll do it anyway.
Moran, author of the book Work, Showing Up, and Other Important Matters.
This is ABC News.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000? Do you have tax problems? Pick up your mobile phone and dial **1234 on your keypad. This is attorney John Buckmiller, founder of Attorneys Tax Relief. We have experts that know how to help you out of the mess with the IRS. We can help stop wage garnishment, levies, and harassment. Get out of debt and settle with the IRS. Remember, it's as easy as *1234. Don't wait any longer. Dial *1234. That's *1234 on your mobile phone now.
You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular, flea and tick prevention, carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going.
We'll see partly to at times mostly cloudy skies around the area today with seasonably warm temperatures. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon thunder shower toward the foothills counties. Highs today will reach about 86 to 92. Then tonight will be partly cloudy and mild, lows dropping into the low to mid 60s. Looks like Thursday will bring a mixture of high clouds and sunshine. We may turn a little bit more humid tomorrow. High temperatures tomorrow, again ranging about 86 to 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Mike Moss. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, the 2nd day of August. It's 6 minutes after 7, cloudy skies and 67 degrees here in Rutherfordton. Now, looking toward the weekend, looks like those rain forecasts are coming back to our forecast. Scattered showers on Saturday, highs around 84 with a 40% chance of those showers. And then on Sunday, 40% chance of scattered showers again. And then on Monday, 50% chance. Right now, though, it's going to be a nice day. Highs around 86 and low humidity. It's 67 degrees currently here at WCAB in Rutherfordton. We're being kind today to Ron and Janet Hoover of Spindale. They're celebrating an anniversary today, so we hope it's already off to a good start for them today, and many more happy returns. I have these death announcements this morning. Billy Ray Self, age 68, of Rutherfordton, died Sunday at his home. The family will receive friends from 5 until 7 this evening at McMahon's Funeral Home. The funeral service will be at Cane Creek Baptist Church in Union Mills at 11 o'clock Thursday, with Pastor J.R. Blatton officiating. Burial will be at Cane Creek Baptist Church Cemetery. Military honors will be given by the Rutherford County Honor Guard along with Masonic rites. The family is gathering at the home of Billy and Teresa Self. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Billy Ray Self. Linda Bird Early, age 73, of Rutherfordton, died Sunday at Hospice House. The family will receive friends from 2 until 3 today at Southern Baptist Church. The funeral service will be at Southern Baptist Church at 3 o'clock today, with Reverend Bob Philbeck, Reverend John Perry, and Dr. James Preston Bird officiating. Burial will be at Southern Baptist Church Cemetery. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Linda Bird Early. David Holloway White, age 73, of Mooresboro, passed away Monday at his residence. The funeral service will be conducted at 2 o'clock Friday at Temple Baptist Church with Reverend Scott Butler, Reverend Sam Henderson, Reverend John Godfrey, and Reverend Jesse Harden officiating. Burial will follow in Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 6 until 8 o'clock Thursday at Harrelson Funeral Home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for David Holloway White. Frances Lucille Epley Martin, age 74, passed away Friday at Park Meadows Health and Rehabilitation Center in Gainesville, Florida. A memorial service will be held Saturday, August 5th at 11 a.m. at Southern Baptist Church with Reverend John Perry officiating. The family will receive friends following the service. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Frances Lucille Epley Martin. Mrs. Eileen Hill Grissett, 92, of Morehead City, died Saturday at Crystal Bluffs Rehabilitation and Health Care Center in Morehead City. The funeral will be conducted at 11 o'clock Saturday, August 5th at First Broad Baptist Church. Reverend Robert Bradley will officiate. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Arrangements are by Brooks Funeral Home and Crematory of Morehead City and Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service of Bostic for Mrs. Eileen Hill Grissett. Those are the death announcements we have this morning in-house. And the complete information, all the information about these can be heard today at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report here on the Most Information for the Foothills WCAB in Rutherfordton. Now stay tuned. We have all the latest news coming up from around the county, across the districts and Next Door Neighbors, all right here on WCAB's Caller and News.
Last week, police say Sergio Jose Martinez broke into the apartment of a 65-year-old Portland, Oregon woman. Martinez is accused of binding the woman's hands and feet and brutally sexually assaulting her. Following that attack, Martinez allegedly confronted another Portland woman, this time at a parking garage, and threatened to kill her with a knife. Sergio Jose Martinez, a Mexican national, is no stranger to law enforcement. Police records show that he's been arrested at least 20 times. Rap sheet includes hit-and-run charges, burglary, drug possession, and auto theft. He's been deported 13 times, most recently in November of 2016. After Martinez was jailed the last time, ICE lodged an immigration detainer against him. But like many Oregon counties, this one offers sanctuary to illegal immigrants, and police are forbidden to help immigration officials. So Sergio Jose Martinez was allowed to walk free. We've seen enough of these cases to know the drill. The plights of the victims, like the brutally assaulted 65-year-old woman, are of no interest to drive-by media news outlets. And the liberals who run these sanctuary cities are never held accountable for the lethal consequences of their decisions. Their sympathy is saved for those who commit these vicious crimes while in our country illegally. It's time to end this, President Trump.
Hey guys, let's talk performance. Are you tired of all the sex pills and products that just don't work? Are you frustrated with high costs and side effects of prescriptions? Wouldn't it be nice to know that when that intimate moment is happening, that you are confident to satisfy your partner every time? You need to try Noxitril, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement pill that will change your life once and for all. Noxitril is like having results on demand with powerful ingredients that go to work right away. We make it in certified, top-quality FDA labs, and the results are off the charts. Best of all, right now we are celebrating over 10 million pills sold and want all men to take advantage of our free bottle offer. With guaranteed results, you have nothing to lose.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 1-800-605-1673. That's 800-605-1673. Free bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-605-1673. That's 800-605-1673.
WCAB has been serving the community with family-friendly radio programming for 50 years. Thank you, Rutherford County, for making WCAB your radio station of choice. Turn it up. WCAB 590 Rutherfordton.
Tata with a story about my friend Tom Hardwick. Tom is a young man in his 20s with muscular dystrophy. It's a genetic disorder that results in progressive muscle loss and weakness, significantly decreasing a person's life expectancy. Tom cannot do many things on his own, such as bathe or feed himself, but this has not kept him from going to college or serving others. In fact, just recently Tom interned with us at Johnny and Friends, where he worked at one of our summer camps for special needs families. Yes, a disability may be physically limiting, but there is so much that people with disabilities like Tom bring to the table. Want to learn more about Tom's story and what it's like to live with muscular dystrophy? Visit disabilitycampaign.org, where I've posted a link to a video on my friend Tom Hardwick. It is inspiring. Again, that's disabilitycampaign.org.
Stop into Save-A-Lot Grocery and save big money every day. Choose from a variety of name brand merchandise at incredible low prices. Save big on fresh meats, vegetables, pastries, frozen foods, deli items, and so much more. They are located in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale.
When it comes time for you to do something about those floors in your home, either floor covering or carpet, you want somebody to do the job that knows what they're doing, that's got long years of experience, such as Southern Carpet. Since 1993, they've been doing this kind of work. They set out to be the best they can be in the carpet and floor covering business with Southern Carpet, above board in all transactions, give you an honest and fair deal. The whole family, entire family, Gerald Lynn, Clayton Tony, are in the business to make sure you get satisfied with your product that you buy floor covering, or carpet. Bruce Hardwood, Appalachian Hardwood, Ceramic Tile, Armstrong Vinyl, Tarkett Flooring, all the great brand names. More on hand, ready to install high-quality floor products than anybody else. So when it comes time, it may be time now for you to decide on floor covering of some kind in your house. Make sure you get somebody that knows what they're doing. Call Southern Carpet at 245-0310 or stop to see them at 1512 West Main Street in Forest City.
Even though he was only 39 years of age, Wild Bill Hickok was losing his eyesight. 5 years earlier, his failing eyesight had probably been responsible for his accidentally shooting his friend and deputy, Mike Williams. After his ill-fated stint on the stage, he got married to Agnes Lake, a Wild West circus performer. A proud but broke Wild Bill, looking for a way to support his wife, decided to seek his fortune at the current gold rush taking place in the Black Hills of the Dakota Territory. As a guide and wagon train boss, Wild Bill led about 4 wagons of fellow gold seekers to Deadwood. At the time, Deadwood was a wide-open town inhabited by miners, cutthroats, gamblers, and thieves. There was no law. Right away, Wild Bill realized working goldfields was not his cup of tea. So he migrated to the gambling table. The word spread around town that Wild Bill Hickok was in Deadwood, and his purpose was to clean up the town, which incidentally was far from the truth. Those people on the other side of the law were a little nervous, and Wild Bill was aware of it. At one point he said, "Those fellows over across the creek have laid it out to kill me, and they're going to do it or they ain't. Anyway, I don't stir out of here unless I'm carried out." As we shall see the next time we're together, Wild Bill's premonition was one he should have followed instead of bucking. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Thanks very much, Dakota. Good story there. 17 past 7. We're going to the phones now and find out what's been happening overnight. And Corporal Lowry is on the phone with me now from the Sheriff's Department to give us an update. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm all right, sir. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. Tell us what's been going on in the past 24 hours.
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has responded to 155 calls, made 16 arrests, and we currently have 189 detainees in jail. Under arrest reports, we have Virgil Henry Oakes III of Ellenboro was arrested for felony probation violation. We have Brandon Trent Swink of Forest City was arrested for communicating threats. We have Jose Angel Granja Lopez of Forest City charged with intoxicated and disruptive and impeding traffic. And we have Jason Michael Francis of Marion was charged with failure to appear on misdemeanor. Under incident reports, we just have one. Samantha Self is an employee at Deb's Mini Mart in Spindale. She reported an incident of misdemeanor larceny. And that'll do it for today.
Corporal Lowry, thank you very much for that report, and you be safe out there today.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
See you. Bye-bye. That's the Sheriff's Report. 911 Communications Center report is up next.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC Forest City.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck Forest City. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Victoria's up next. She's at 911 Communications Center with our report. Good morning, Victoria. How are you doing?
Good morning. Doing great.
What's on your report?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 482 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 44 for emergency medical services, 6 for rescue. Law enforcement had 155 for the Sheriff's Office, 62 for Forest City, 12 for Lake Lure, 27 for Rutherfordton, 53 for Spindale. Fire calls, Cliffside had a residential fire alarm, Ellenboro had a motor vehicle accident, Forest City had a residential fire alarm, and Rutherford had a motor vehicle accident, and that's all.
Thanks, Victoria. You have a great day over there.
You too.
Thanks. Now we're checking in over in Forest City with Lisa Terry of Miracle Ear. If you have any questions about hearing instruments, Lisa is the one to talk with. She's a trained professional. She loves her job. She loves to help people with their hearing needs, and if you don't need something, she's certainly not going to force you into it. It's that kind of relationship she has to help you get to the next step of better hearing. And Miracle Ear has a lot of good things going on for themselves right now, including that Miracle Ear Genius 2.0 you might want to ask about. Advanced technology, directional focus, feedback cancellation, personalized listening, plus much, much more. Why don't you ask about the Miracle Ear Genius 2.0 today? Call Lisa Terry. She's in the Forest City office on Tuesdays and Thursdays, in the Shelby office the other times, or other times by appointment. Miracle Ear. 368-4126 in Forest City, 704-750-0215 in Shelby. Ruby Taylor is on the phone now from Danieltown, SDO Fire District, with a report today. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Rick Green, Sonny Cole Jr., and Becky Elliott having birthdays. Hope they have a nice day. Signs are in the thighs today and going to the knees tomorrow. And that's all I got, Jim.
Ruby, I do appreciate it. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Umstead Plumbing. Since 1973, the Umstead family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Umstead Plumbing at 245-7302. Well, the Braves had another bad night yesterday in the game with the Dodgers. The Dodgers beat them 3-2. They just barely beat them, but they did beat them. Braves been coming up on the short stick here past few games. Maybe they'll pull it out today. They play again today against the Dodgers. That's tonight. We'll join that pregame following News 13 at 6. Now, Steve is on the phone with me from Rumbling Ball area today with new and exciting things going on up there. Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Jim. Yes, sir. We are making preparations for the annual Olympiad that we have here. And we're really going to kick it in high gear after today. We're going to have some meetings and just get our plans all finalized and get this thing rolling. It's a good event for a lot of charities that are involved. So it's just a win-win for the community, and we're always happy to participate and kind of cheer the folks on that are participating, actually.
That brings a lot of people into town, too, doesn't it?
It does. There's a lot of, and they come from a good wide range areas. I mean, several hundred miles away they come from, just to participate. So it's good. It's a win, and we enjoy putting it on every year.
Good.
So there's a lot of planning involved, and so we try to get started on it early.
What are the dates of that?
It's going to be the 11th, 12th, and 13th. 13th primarily focused on the Town Lake lore.
Yeah.
But it's Saturday morning. We got some detour issues that we try to get the word out. It's multifaceted, so we'll be putting that out here in email blasts and Facebook posts and so on and so forth coming up in the near future. What folks can expect, and we'll talk about it on the radio a little bit.
Okay.
But there'll be a lot of folks on bicycles going around Bills Creek Road and Cedar Creek Road at a high rate of speed. Got a lot of volunteers on the road, kind of watching out for them.
And watching out for the bears.
Yes, sir. There's plenty of them. Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to see one on the route. That will happen.
I'll tell you, I can't imagine turning one of those curves on a bicycle and there stands a big grizzly in front of them.
Yeah, one of our attendants yesterday, employees I should say, was escorting a bear off the golf course with his golf cart yesterday, and the bear stopped, so he had to stop too. We don't have a horn on those things, and it's open-ended. There's no doors, so it's probably not a good idea to get too close to them with one of those.
I say, life's always interesting up there in the mountains.
It is. We try to accommodate. If folks want to come up here and see some interesting things, we got just what they need.
Listen, I hope you have a great day up there and keep up the good work, and we'll check back in with you tomorrow.
Okay, Jim.
Thanks, Steve. Right, bye-bye. Well, there's one thing about it. If you get hungry, there's always a place like Gregory's Original you can recommend. If you like to eat by yourself, as I do many times, enjoy eating by myself. I enjoy eating with friends, too. And we can do both. There's nothing wrong with going in and sitting down and have a meal by yourself, or if you want to join friends, that's great too. But one of the good places I'll recommend is Gregory's, right there in the Park-Lane Plaza, because you can always enjoy fresh and delicious subs, and fresh is an operative word there, and delicious too. Grinders, burgers, pasta, garden fresh salad, or steaks prepared to perfection. They got great onion rings too, by the way, before I forget it. Gregory's can prepare just what you need for your party. If you got an event coming up, few people or lots of people, just tell Gregory what you have in mind, and he'll prepare it for you, and you'll be pleased. You'll be the one getting the pats on the back. Call 287-2171, 287-2171 for Gregory's Original. Takeout orders or for catering needs. Here's Bob Hodge. Now he's over, got his eye on things for us over in the Hudlow Volunteer Fire District this morning. Bob, good morning.
Well, good hump day morning.
Boy, it is, isn't it?
Yep, Wednesday already here.
A little cloudy out there, but we're going to get over that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day there. We've been having some pretty nice to what it has been the last couple of weeks, so.
Well, I've enjoyed these days, I'll tell you.
I have too. These mornings have been nice, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's earlier morning it is there. But Jim, up here with the fire department, been pretty quiet overnight. Fire department answered medical call, but didn't have any fire wreck calls or anything, so that's good. Maybe it'll stay pretty quiet all day with us up here. And like I say, it look like weather-wise, it ain't going to be too bad. Everything, so that's about it, Jim. Things are going along quiet up here this morning.
All right, Bob, we'll keep up the good work, and we'll check in with you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks.
Right.
See you.
Bye.
That's a Hudlow Report. Bob Hodge reporting this morning. We're being kind to Ron and Janet Hoover of Spindale on their anniversary today. I hope they're already off to a good start. And if you know them, give them a call and congratulate them. Or if you see them out somewhere, yell at them and say happy anniversary, Ron and Janet Hoover of Spindale.
Hot temperatures on the highway can be brutal on your automobile. RS Speedy Lube is there to help keep your automobile running clean. Keep the oil changed regularly. They'll check the fluids and vacuum the car. Next door, get the service you need on brakes, radiator, exhaust, CV joints, and radiator flush. RS Service Center also includes service on big trucks and campers. For the best car wash, it's the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash. RS Speedy Lube Service Center is a complete service center inside, outside, and down under Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton.
And they now sell bags of ice out there. Have an ice dispensing machine there on the property as well there at RS Speedy Lube. Now it's 29 past 7. Let's head over toward Cherry Mountain Fire District and talk with Sue Price. She's got all the news for us this morning. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Jim.
You doing well?
I am. Hope you are.
Good. Yes.
Good. I started out a little bit warmer today at 65 over here, so we're getting ready for some more warmer days, I guess.
I believe we are.
Those hot days are coming. Well, let's see. I have no calls from the fire department. I don't have any birthdays on my church calendar, on my personal calendar. I've got Butch Cook. So I hope Butch will have a good day today. And Hester gave me the Fairview calendar Sunday, and Albert brought the first broad calendar Monday, and I've misplaced both of them. But on Fairview's directory, they've got Louise Smith, so hope she'll have a good day. And in my announcements, ICC is sponsoring a program over at Golden Valley United Methodist Church. That's in beautiful Golden Valley, 1269 Golden Valley Church Road. If you want to prepare for the GED or HISET, I don't know what that is, but you can call 828-395-1631 and reserve your seat. This is all free. The classes are free. The books are free, provided free. So if you're interested in getting your diploma, your GED, this is a good opportunity. And so far, that's the only announcement I have, Jim. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
I hope you and Richard have a good day as well, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Brenda Kelly's on the radio now from Union Bills, live and in living color from her, what is it, front room, living room, kitchen? Where do you broadcast from up there?
Kitchen.
Kitchen
Table right here at the back door.
Right from the
back door guests are best.
That's right. That's right. I always love to go in back doors.
Yeah, I never have to use my front door.
Really?
Yeah, I go out there to check the temperature and go at it for the rain gauge, but I've always drove around to the back and come in. So that's just how I do it.
Well, that's neighborly. Come on that back door.
Yeah, but you can come in any door of my house. You'll be welcome.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's going on out there?
Well, not a whole lot. We hope everybody's having a good day on this wonderful Wednesday. I've got 62 degrees on the front porch. Birthdays and anniversaries today. I've got George Painter, Bill and Terry Honeycutt anniversary, Emery Smith, Holly and Dale Matthew Weaver an anniversary, Douglas Colden, Kathy and Dennis Colden an anniversary. On Round Hill, I don't have anything. I don't have anything on Macedonia either. So we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. And then ways of announcements, homecoming at Britton Presbyterian Church. That'll be Sunday, June the 6th. They're celebrating 249 years, and at the 11 o'clock worship service, bring a well-filled picnic basket. They'll have lunch following the service, and dinner will be in Church Mannis. I did not know what Mannis was. I had to ask. Did you know what it is?
What is that again? I'm sorry. Say it again.
Church Mannis, M-A-N-C-E. Mance, Church Mance or something.
Isn't that the like a what I'm trying to say, the
parsonage?
Is that where the pastor lives, or?
Yeah, parsonage, yeah. And I'd never heard it called that.
Really?
Of course, I'm not a Presbyterian, so, and I thought, so I asked the lady that called, I said, well, what is that? Is that the social hall? She said, oh, no, that's the same as you'd say parsonage.
Yeah. Baptist church, we call them parsonages.
Yeah. They don't have many of them anymore.
They don't. I was going to say, nowadays we call them where the preacher lives.
But I know Round Hill sold theirs because, the preacher had his own place, and most people nowadays do. And so they sold it to one of somebody has to do with this mission group up here.
Yeah,
they sold it to one of them. He just walk across the street and go to work.
Well, it makes more sense for the church to give the pastor a housing allowance rather than put him in a house, because if he retires, he doesn't have a place to go.
That's exactly right.
If they give him a housing allowance, he buys his own house.
Well, did you find out anything about that man that Luther was talking about that was on the railroad track yesterday morning? I didn't hear nothing else about it. Did you?
Yes, they put him in a hospital. They don't know what. I don't have any report of why he was laying there, if he passed out or if he's asleep or what. But Luther got all that information. He had it on the afternoon report yesterday, and then there's a story in today's edition of the Courier. We'll try to let's see if I
tell us that later.
Let's see what it says here. Let's see. He's a Cleveland County man. He's in the trauma intensive care unit at Spartanburg Medical Center after being run over by a CSX train at 4:15 a.m. Tuesday morning. David Robert Lee, 30 of Shelby, was
lucky man, ain't he?
Oh boy, he was. The train. He was lying there on the tracks, apparently asleep or passed out, and the train saw it. The engineer thought they saw it was a trash bag laying there. In time they realized it was a human being. They couldn't stop in time, so they kept rolling as slowly as they could across there. And he got hurt kind of bad, but he's alive, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's a scary thing to think about.
Oh, it is. I tell you, I don't know why he would be there unless he had a medical problem or.
Ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling why, but. I love trains and railroad tracks.
Not a good place to be.
I don't want to go to sleep on one of them.
No, I ain't neither. No.
we used to live by a railroad track when I was growing up as a kid in Mayo, South Carolina. It was a train track just not too far from where we lived, and I used to go down there and put a penny on the track.
Oh yeah.
Let that train squash it, and sometimes put a nail in the train rolling by, and it squash that, make that nail flat as a flitter.
And I've seen people years ago do that and wear that penny around their neck.
Yeah.
We used to take little David over here at Box Creek to the train, and there used to be trains over all the time. There ain't hardly any ever come through there anymore.
Yeah.
And he'd put that penny on there, and he thought that was something. And if they was waiting on nothing to come up, the engineer would get him up in there and give him a bottle of water and all that. He just thought that was the finest thing in the world.
Yeah, that's train days are fun days.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to entertain a small child.
When the train used to come through here to Spindale in town, Rutherford Spindale area, my kids were really, really small. We took them up there and made arrangements to. They picked the engineer and the train folks picked them up at one section and rode with them up to another section, and then we went up there and picked them up, and they thought that's the greatest thing in the world to be able to ride on that train.
Well, I think they done that over here at Box Creek with Donald's daddy. We called him Paul Kelly, and they'd take him to Marion, and we'd go pick him up. Yeah. he loved trains. He thought that was something. Yeah. But there ain't as many trains as there used to be, are there?
That's exactly right. I miss the trains.
Yeah.
Have you seen any copperheads up your way lately?
No, I ain't been out a whole lot looking for copperheads or rattlesnakes. I look out the down the driveway several times a day, and I've not seen no rattlesnakes crossing yet. But who knows? I don't know, and I don't want to see them because I don't know if I'd tackle a copperhead or a rattlesnake, but they scare me.
There's a 72-year-old woman in LaGuardia, Oklahoma, is receiving national attention after killing 17 copperhead snake with a shotgun and a shovel.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she used a shovel and a shotgun and a rake handle. And
at one time, they was all.
I don't know. It doesn't say that. But it says she found them under her home.
Ooh.
And so they posted a picture of the woman on Facebook Thursday afternoon with the caption, Mrs. Newby killed 11 copperheads last night. Yeah, it was, at her house. She's a snake killer. If you need help, call her. She's 72 years old.
Well, it must have been because 11 last night.
Yeah.
So that, yeah. Mm.
Well, I'll tell you.
Well, they was just under there having a field day breeding and
Apparently
multiplying
so.
like crazy, weren't they?
Well, apparently so. I'm glad they didn't get in our house.
Ooh, me too. Ooh, that'd be awful. Wake up my copperhead, be in bed with you.
I think I'd.
I don't know what I'd do.
I think I'd just go on home at that point.
They could call crows to come and get me.
Oh goodness. Well, I'm glad I've been spared from all of that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a snake in my house.
Ooh, no, me neither. I don't want to see one in my yard. No, although I have rattlesnakes, copperheads, and all black snakes. Yeah, all of them. But when you live in the woods, you have that.
You have it.
But I like the quiet up here.
Good.
Yeah, it's quiet except for the birds are singing and the dogs bark every now and then.
You ever hear the hoot owls?
Oh yeah, I hear hoot owls late at night and early in the morning, and is it whippoorwill?
Whippoorwills.
You
have any frogs croaking?
I don't hear very many frogs because
No water close by.
Well, yeah, but it's way down the hill. Yeah, it's down the hill. As a matter of fact, straight down the hill, if you're looking out the front door, straight down the hill and to the right also is a little creek. So, but I don't hear them.
You got your own little
Plenty
hideaway.
Of crows. Do what?
You got your own little hideaway up there.
Oh yeah, I got a hideaway. I like it.
Well, listen, you have a great Wednesday, a wonderful
you
Wednesday
have
up there.
Good one, and we'll catch you later.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Okay.
42 past 7 o'clock on this Hump Day Wednesday morning, and we'll get to our next phone call right after this.
It's a for sure thing. Sisk Family Ford in Forest City is earning a quality reputation for offering an attractive inventory of new and used cars and trucks. If you want a new Ford truck, you'll be a smart shopper to let Sisk Family Ford quote you a deal. From a car for the newlywed to the car for the large family, let the Sisk Family Company help your family get the best deal. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Hello, this is Phyllis with Loveless Financial Group. Today I want to talk to you about a CD alternative. With rates at the bank averaging less than 1%, how can you earn at least 3% per 60 months? We check rates every Monday to see what is the best rate. Let's look at real money, not interest rates. $100,000 at 3%, the annual return is $3,000. $100,000 at a half of a percent is $500. So which do you want? Call me to set up a time to see if we can't help you get more income for you and your family. You can start with as little as $5,000, and you can add to this account at any time. With 35 years in the financial business, I've been helping people make the most with their money, and certainly for me, our friends, our clients, our family members have been a blessing to our business. If I can help you, or if you want to know more information, call me at Loveless Financial Group, 431 South Main Street in Rellerton, 828-288-1378. This is Phyllis saying bye for now.
Farmer's Friend, a feed, seed, and supply across the road here on Whiteside Road. They have those wooden whiskey barrels. A lot of folks like those, been asking for them. He's got a good selection. And if you want to get yours, come get them before they're sold all out. A large selection of good used farm equipment is available as well. Even that Kubota ZD326S, like new, only 52 hours, diesel engine, 60-inch cut. Check on that while you're there. Need a weed killer, dog food, bird feed, all that's available. Landscaping, timbers, and mulch, hay and straw, and a lot of things you won't find any place like you'll find right here at this price. It's low price at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies. You'll see George and his team over there. You'll be glad you did business right here with home folks. We're going to Ellenboro now. Luther Gilligan is on the phone with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, you two. It's place to be downtown Ellenboro.
Where everything's happening, right? What is it? We live and do without the things you have to have.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Have to have, but we learn to do without it.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us
a lot of things.
Tell us about the man on the railroad track.
The train laid in the middle of the railroad track. Train ran over it. He was a lucky fella. He only hurt his skin his head. He hurt his leg. And then reached in there and got him out. He was from Shelby.
Do we know why he was laying on the tracks?
No, don't know why he was laying on that. I think he was. I don't know why he was laying on the track. He didn't say. He was a little shook up time they got to him.
Was it there about where the Bethel Church is? That railroad track crossing there, or where was it?
Just a little past there, somewhere down. I think you're down just a little bit past Race Path Road.
Okay.
Where he was down in that area there, somewhere there between there and down John Tedder's place.
Well, boy, it's a good thing he didn't wake up and raise his head up, isn't it?
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
He'd raised up, he'd been in trouble.
I understand those are coal cars, which sets us a little higher up off the tracks than usual regular cars. Is that correct?
Well, trains are pretty good high. The other thing is catches them is if you have that, what they call it, that cab catcher on the front.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
That's the old steam engine looks like. A lot of them don't have that thing.
That was to get the cows off the track, right?
Yeah. They would just run right on over.
Well, I certainly hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah, the engineer just stopped and come back and check onto him, and they had the police up there and that fire department up there and the speech squad. But they crawled out, got him out part of the train, and I said, he had skin place on his head. One of his legs was hurt. Yeah. I guess he's all right today.
How many cars on that train do you know?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
At that time of morning, it would probably be a good long train.
Yeah.
He was still going up the hill at slow speed.
Moving on.
See right here, the highest part between Boston and Hamlet's right here. And it comes up the hill, you can tell when they get half of it over the hill, they start to speed up. Either way they're coming.
Yeah.
They have to come uphill to get into Ellenboro.
Well, I certainly hope he's going to be all right and hope it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen either. That gets blood pressure. Gets your heart beating too fast.
Sure.
I bet his one's beating fast too.
What else is going on?
Nothing else going on. Part of fun, they had 2 medical calls yesterday. Other than that, they're quiet this morning. Just nothing going on there. We won't wish happy birthday to Emily Sims and LaVonda Hill. They'll have birthday today. So hope these 2 ladies have a great day and enjoy their day. And nothing else going on there. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. I appreciate it. You have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Take care.
That's Luther Gilligan reporting out of Ellenboro this morning at 7:48, and time for birthdays and anniversaries for the second day of August. Second day of August, birthdays and anniversaries can be called in right now at 287-3356, and we'll give away one of Granny B's cakes. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697.
Those facing cancer don't have to do it alone. Rutherford Regional's Cancer Resource Center offers patient navigation, experienced nurses who are there to provide information, support, and guidance when you need it most. In many cases, our nurse navigators are available to attend doctor visits with you to provide explanations about your treatment. The Cancer Resource Center is located just off Business 74 in Forest City next to Belk. For information, call 828-245-4596 or visit www.myrutherfordregional.com/cancer.
The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Well, if you got some plans for supper and don't want to cook tonight, when you start home tonight, go by Granny B's and take home some of their sub sandwiches. You'll be glad you did. The family will, too. And you can call ahead and get them set up at 286-9012 and take a bag of Granny B's Classic Club Sandwich or the 20 choices of sub sandwiches for dinner tonight, and it will be good. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary to Ron and Janet Hoover of Spindale. It's their anniversary today. We want to wish them a happy anniversary. They are be kind to people of the day. We wish them well. Gloria Whitesides of Rutherfordton is having a birthday. Trevor Coldren, he's 12 over at Forest City. And Tanisha Hamilton is 13 over at Forest City. We want to wish them all a happy. Also on the second day of August, George Painter, Billy and Terry Honeycutt's anniversary. Emery Smith having a birthday. Holly and Dale Matthew Weaver anniversary. Douglas Coldren having a birthday. And Kathy and Dennis Coldren having an anniversary. So congratulations, everybody. Now we'll find out who's going to win that cake from Granny B's in just a moment.
Leith Anderson reminds us that the 911 emergency system is the state of the art. All you need to do is dial those numbers, and you will almost instantly be connected to a dispatcher. In front of the dispatcher will be a readout that lists your telephone number, your address, and the name by which that telephone number is listed at that address. Also listening in are the police, the fire department, and the paramedics. Someone might not be able to say what the problem is, or perhaps a woman's husband has just suffered a heart attack and she is so out of control that all she can do is hysterically scream into the telephone. But the dispatcher doesn't need her to say anything. He knows where the call is coming from. Help is already on the way. There come times in our lives when in our desperation and pain we dial 911 prayers. Sometimes we're hysterical. Sometimes we don't know the words to speak. But God hears. He knows our name and He knows our circumstance. Help is on the way. God has already begun to bring the remedy. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for today's Key to Confident Living are available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS. That number again is toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
Congratulations to Tanisha Hamilton of Forest City, 13, and she won the cake this morning from Granny B's. Congratulations, Tanisha. Now stand by. We have a third hour coming up.
Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea. Oh, carry my loved one home safely to me. She sailed at the dawning. All day I've been red sails in the sunset. I am trusting in you. Swift wings we must borrow. make straight for the shore. We marry tomorrow, and she goes sailing no more. Red sails in the sunset, way out on the
NCN News, I'm Tony Rixby. New estimates on the completion of power line repairs on the Outer Banks now ranging from 4 to 10 days. Some Outer Banks visitors who have been ordered to leave because of the power outage are turning south to finish out their vacations. Paula Hunter told WITN she's shifting to Atlantic Beach.
We were supposed to be on Hatteras Island and Rodanthe from this past Saturday to this coming Saturday.
To the north, the Virginia Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau tells the Virginian Pilot that area has seen a huge increase in visitors since the outage. In California, this morning's U.S. military successfully test-launched intercontinental ballistic missiles. Cammie McCormick has more.
This unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile was launched from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. The U.S. military says while it was not a response to recent North Korean actions, it does demonstrate the U.S. nuclear enterprise is safe, secure, effective, and ready to deter attacks against the U.S. and its allies. This is the fourth test of its kind this year.
A 16-year-old litigating powerhouse founded by Julius Chambers now a step closer to losing some of its power. In a 5-1 vote, the UNC Board of Governors Committee approved a draft proposal to block the UNC Center for Civil Rights Litigation Abilities. This demonstrator stood outside.
All good law schools in the country have clinics to learn those skills. You don't just learn them sitting in a room reading a book.
Published reports say the Justice Department thinking about taking on affirmative action programs at colleges and universities looking for help from the outside. Here's Vicki Barker.
An internal memo seen by the New York Times suggests the Justice Department may sue universities that favor black and Hispanic applicants over qualified white candidates. Civil rights legal advocate Kristen Clark says the strategy is clear.
It's placing a target on those schools that maintain policies.
You're listening to NCN News.
At Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, we know sometimes you want both. Juicy Bird. Pulled pork barbecue. Right. And with our fresh combo platters, Juicy Bird. Pulled pork barbecue. Okay, already. Relax. With our combo platters, you get both. Juicy Bird. Pulled pork barbecue. Now look, if I give you both an ice cold sweet tea, will you be quiet for a minute? Sweet tea. Sweet tea. Combo platters with Juicy Bird fried chicken paired with pulled pork barbecue.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Once upon a time, in a not-so-distant suburb, a handyman set out to put up a mailbox. The new cottage owners were anxious to get everything ready for their wicked step-parents' visit. Once, twice, thrice he drilled, and as he dug, sparks began to fly, and the village went dark. The moral: to avoid a grim situation, always call 811 before you dig. Learn more at call811.com.
Wall Street's gains are not necessarily translating to Main Street. CBS News correspondent Jim Axelrod following that story.
For the fifth straight day, the Dow Jones closed at a record high, just missing the 22,000 mark the president predicted it could hit. Wall Street is full of smiles these days.
We would give the stock market probably an A right now.
But Joe Zeidel with Richard Bernstein Advisors points out the markets reflect not politics, but profits. And corporate profits have been climbing steadily for the last year and a half at giants like McDonald's and Boeing.
And I think the biggest mistake that people make is they confuse companies with the economy.
A 17-year-old traveling by himself from Panama to San Francisco opened an emergency exit door, bolted from the flight moments after it landed at the San Francisco International Airport. Passengers on board were baffled.
I think that the problem was with the door. That's what I think. And I don't think that he opened it on purpose. I think that the door opened and he got scared and jumped.
Imagine if he wasn't there just to jump off the plane. He was there to do something else.
The Pamlico County Sheriff's Office responded to a record number of drug overdoses during June and followed up with arrests in July. During the investigation of those overdoses, the Sheriff's Office identified numerous individuals involved with distributing heroin and other deadly drugs in that county. Wisconsin technology company began microchipping employees on Tuesday. The company held a chip party at the headquarters in River Falls.
You scan it at the kiosk, it comes up on the kiosk, and then to finalize your payment, you'll put your RFID chip, hold it against it.
Nearly half the employees at 3 Square Marketing lined up to receive the chip in their hand. That lets them open doors, log on to computers, and buy.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB sales department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A JetBlue Airbus made an emergency landing this morning in Oklahoma City after a mysterious odor filled the cabin during flight. That after passengers on board complained of feeling sick. ABC's Jim Ryan has more.
JetBlue Flight 944 left Long Beach, California at 9:50 Pacific time last night. At some point, several passengers started complaining of an odor in the cabin. Audio from liveatc.net picks it up at Oklahoma City.
JetBlue 944, Roger, and I'm on the phone with the fire rescue, and you need medical assistance at the gate.
At least 6 people were treated for breathing trouble. It still isn't clear what the smell was. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
President Trump is set to hold an event later this morning with 2 senators who have pushed for legal immigration legislation.
President Trump will make an appearance today with Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas and Senator David Perdue of Georgia. The White House hasn't announced the topic, but it's likely to focus on legal immigration. Back in February, Cotton and Perdue proposed legislation that would cut the number of legal immigrants by half to about 500,000 a year, but not impact visas for high-skilled workers. They said there were too many unskilled immigrants competing with Americans for low-skilled jobs. The bill went nowhere in the Senate. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
The White House is responding to a New York Times report that the Trump administration wants to explore ways to sue universities for allegedly discriminating against white applicants. More from ABC's Mary Bruce in Washington.
The Justice Department tells ABC News that no new policy has been implemented, but critics say this cuts to the core of efforts to expand educational opportunities for minority students and could be a sign that the administration is changing course on a key civil rights issue.
ABC's Mary Bruce. Job seekers are lining up at Amazon facilities around the country today. The e-commerce giant holding a nationwide job fair looking to hire some 50,000 workers, giving them on-the-spot jobs today. You're listening to ABC News.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. With a call to National Tax Helpline, you can stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens now. Once you've qualified and enrolled, the IRS will stop all the collection activities against you. These unique programs have been allocated to help the economy and significantly reduce or eliminate your tax burden. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, call now for free information and to see if you qualify. Take down the number now for the Tax Helpline, 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055 for free information. 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055.
Russia is speaking out and says it isn't happy about how the United States' recent moves, including sanctions, are being lodged against the Venezuelan government. More from ABC's Tom Rivers at the Foreign Desk.
This week, the Trump administration added Venezuelan President Maduro to its growing financial sanctions list. Moscow is not amused. At the UN, new Russian ambassador Vasily Nebenzia.
The Security Council is the only legitimate international body and the international body at all to come up with sanctions. We do not want to see extra sanctions on top of the Security Council if we adopt any.
Tensions have escalated after a contested vote was held, which opens the door to the rewriting of Venezuela's constitution. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
In California, a 17-year-old passenger on board an arriving flight was detained at San Francisco International Airport after allegedly jumping from the Boeing 737.
Copa Airlines Flight 208 had just landed in San Francisco from Panama. It was taxiing to the gate when the pilots reported someone had opened up an overwing exit door.
This flight crew
told us that we have an overwind exit that is open.
The audio from live ATC, the pilots of other planes radioed in that they saw someone running on the taxiway. It turned out the airport says to have been a 17-year-old U.S. citizen who for some unknown reason jumped out of the Copa plane and was detained by construction workers at the airport. Alex Stone, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000? Do you have tax problems? Pick up your mobile phone and dial **1234 on your keypad. This is attorney John Buckmiller, founder of Attorneys Tax Relief. We have experts that know how to help you out of the mess with the IRS. We can help stop wage garnishment, levies, and harassment. Get out of debt and settle with the IRS. Remember, it's as easy as **1234. Don't wait any longer. Dial **1234. That's ***.
North Carolina Tractor Supply, your Massey Ferguson dealer in Rutherford, has some really great ideas this year. This could be the year for you to get that Massey Ferguson you've been wanting. Stop by today and see what Massey Ferguson and Phil Sheehan at North Carolina Tractor Supply have for you. Check to see if you qualify for 0% financing. Today could be your day at North Carolina Tractor Supply, Railroad Avenue, Rutherford.
We'll see partly to at times mostly cloudy skies around the area today with seasonably warm temperatures. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon thunder shower toward the foothills counties. Highs today will reach about 86 to 92. Then tonight will be partly cloudy and mild. Lows dropping into the low to mid 60s. Looks like Thursday will bring a mixture of high clouds and sunshine. We may turn a little bit more humid tomorrow. High temperatures tomorrow, again ranging about 86 to 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
That extended forecast for us here in the foothills indicates a scattered thunderstorm possibilities coming in on Friday. About 40% chance, and it's going to be around 86 for a daytime high. Then on Saturday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers, highs around 44 with a 40% chance of showers. On Sunday, 40% chance of showers and 84 for a daytime high. Right now we're at 69, still cloudy out there. Looks kind of nice on this Hump Day Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday morning here in the foothills on WCAB's Morning Wake Up Call. Thank you for joining me for this Wake Up Call. So glad to have you part of our audience. Well, congratulations to Tanisha Hamilton of Forest City. Tanisha's 13. She's a lucky cake winner this morning from courtesy of Granny B's in Spindale. Tanisha Hamilton, cake winner. Big kind to people today, Ron and Janet Hoover of Spindale on their anniversary. Ron and Janet Hoover, congratulations. Don't know which anniversary this is, but congratulations and go for many more. All right, we got a lot to pack in this hour, and I hope you'll hang around with us. We'll tell you a little bit more about the man on the tracks. He got hit by the train, with that story from the Daily Courier this morning, and some other stories as well. If you'll hang right here with me.
I know what I want from my energy company. I want to know that my power is always on and that my energy is cleaner, safer, and affordable. That's why as a Duke Energy lineman, I'm working hard to make that possible. I feel honored to serve our community. It's a good feeling knowing that I'm helping to build a smarter, reliable energy future for all of us, for my family and for yours.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Now let's look at some stories from here and there this morning. The Daily Courier is reporting about a suspect being wanted for multiple larcenies. The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office is seeking the public's help in locating Jonathan Ray Hipp. Hipp is 30. He's wanted by the Sheriff's Department for 1 count larceny of motor vehicle, 1 count larceny of a dog, 1 count of cruelty to animal, and 1 count of failure to appear. Anyone with any information as to the location of Jonathan Ray Hipp is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 286-8477 or 286-TIPS. Or the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office Communications Center at 286-2911. Also, the officers responded to 2 different calls for larceny at the Dollar General Store, West Main Street in Forest City Monday. The suspect is a black male wearing a black T-shirt and black shorts. If you see anyone that fits that description, contact Sergeant Leon Carpenter with the Forest City Police Department. Well, Luther broke the story yesterday morning on the Call Around Report. Here's more information. Cleveland County man is in the trauma intensive care unit at Spartanburg Medical Center after being run over by CSX train about 4:15 a.m. Tuesday. David Robert Lee, 38, of Shelby, was struck by the train on the tracks near Main Street in Ellenboro as the train was traveling from Bryce to Newell, Pennsylvania. The train was pulling empty train cars, according to CSX spokesperson Rob Doolittle. Rutherford County first responders, including the sheriff's deputies, the North Carolina Highway Patrol, and Ellenboro Fire Department, and EMS, responded to the scene and worked to get the person immediately some medical attention. Doolittle said CSX appreciates their swift response, and the thoughts are with everyone impacted by this incident. Further information, the Ellenboro Fire Department's Assistant Chief Robbie Downey said the call was dispatched to the Ellenboro Department approximately 4:25 a.m. When firefighters arrived on the scene, they discovered a man was lying in the middle of the tracks under a boxcar. Emergency personnel were told at the scene that CSX personnel thought there was a garbage bag on the tracks, but when they realized it was a person in the middle of the tracks, the engineer began to slow the train down. CSX officials were notified of the incident even before the train came to a complete stop. Emergency personnel used a backboard to place under the man's body and pulled him from under the train to an awaiting ambulance and then to the landing zone. Regional 1 transported Lee to Spartanburg. Downey said the box cars were coal cars and were higher off the ground than some other cars. Therefore, they were able to pull the man from under the train. Downey said it appeared the man had a broken femur, cuts on his head, and was in severe pain. Lieutenant Leon Godlock of the Sheriff's Department said it appears the man suffered life-threatening injuries. Godlock reminds the public to stay clear of railroad tracks at all times. It's not sure at this point why he was on those tracks and why he was landing on the tracks at that particular moment. We don't know that story just yet. Perhaps that will come out in time to come. Carrier houses on Main Street, Rutherfordton, under new ownerships. Russell Knight and Jim Masick are the new owners of those carrier houses there on Main Street in Rutherfordton. Meanwhile, some other stories. Polk County is showing their appreciation to state legislators for their role in voting down a proposal that would have eased regulations on outdoor advertising and allowed companies to relocate signs and upgrade to digital signs more easily. The bill, House Bill 581, failed 48-67 in the State House, including 30 votes against from Republican representatives. After passing a resolution June 5th against the bill, Polk County commissioners unanimously decided July 17th to send a letter to state legislators. In the resolution, Polk County says it wishes to regulate signs placed for public observance within its jurisdictional boundaries and provide an improved environmental setting. House Bill 581 will eliminate some of the local control by allowing existing billboards on the interstate and other major highways to be upgraded to digital billboards. The letter thanks to those members of the House who voted against HB 581 and for your diligence in researching this issue and finding it not to be the best interest of citizens of North Carolina. Well, with Philip Stroop II, it was a fugitive for a period of time west of North Carolina. He has been transferred to Central Prison in Raleigh as he awaits his next court date, and the Henderson County Sheriff's Office continues to track down leads and piece together the route he may have taken after leaving Mills River last Wednesday. Stroop was moved from the Henderson County Slammer for safekeeping, says Major Frank Stout with the Henderson County Sheriff's Office, given the network of people that tried to come to his aid as he led law enforcement on a 6-day manhunt that ended Thursday. Stout added that Stroop's father, Philip Stroop Sr., is also being held in the county slammer in lieu of a $250,000 bond. Stroop Sr. and 3 others, Jennifer Elaine Hawkins, Frederick Arthur Bagdero Jr., and Larry J. Hawkins III, all of Barnettsville, are facing felony accessory after-the-fact charge. Stroop is charged with more than a dozen offenses across 3 counties in relation to the manhunt and ensuing search for a man he's accused of kidnapping, Thomas Bryson, whose body was found in Arden Sunday evening. Those charges include first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, felony larceny of motor vehicle, and robbery with a dangerous weapon. District Attorney Greg Newman said Monday his office plans to seek the death penalty for the murder charge. Well, the funeral plans for Tommy Bryson has been announced. He was the one they found dead after was missing, and Stroop is allegedly responsible for his death. The funeral plans have been announced. Visitation for Tommy Bryson will be Saturday from noon till 2 at Hendersonville First Baptist Church, and there will be a memorial service at 2 o'clock. Bryson was reported missing on July 25th. He disappeared during a manhunt for Philip Stroop II. The Henderson County Sheriff's Office said Bryson's body was found around 8:30 p.m. Sunday in a cornfield on Glenbridge Road in Arden community. Our deepest sympathy goes out to the family of Tommy Bryson and all those that knew him. 15 minutes after 8 o'clock here on WCAB's Morning Wake Up Call, hour number 3. And we have Corporal Lowry with that Sheriff's Report coming up in just a moment.
Mark your calendars for another great sale from Cozy Fleece. It's their back-to-school sale beginning Friday, August the 4th from 10 until 5 and Saturday, August the 5th from 9 until noon. Featured items will be twin and twin extra-long sheet sets, also new Southwest comforters and towel sets. Cozy Fleece also has pillows, queen and king sheet sets, blankets, throws, area rugs, pet bedding, baby blankets, and many assorted colors and designer towel sets. Super low prices always. Cozy Fleece Warehouse Sale Friday, August the 4th from 10 until 5 and Saturday, August the 5th from 9 until noon. See you at Cozy Fleece. They're beside Henson Timber on Duke Street in Forest City.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the help of Laura Hodge at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, you can get all your medicines synchronized. That promotes better compliance. No more trying to remember if you've taken this medicine or not. It takes the pressure off trying to remember what comes next. Ask about the RX Simplicity or just tell them you want your medicine synchronized. Remember also, Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the place to get Dr. Comfort therapeutic footwear. You will be able to feel the difference. The Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the home of the Two Old Goats lotion for joint pain that's working so well for many people in this area. Stop in and ask about it today at Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, right beside the Napa store, Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton. That Two Old Goats lotion really works too, by the way. Hey, if you didn't buy your groceries at Jay's Discount Grocery, you probably paid more than you should have paid, because every item on every shelf, every aisle, every day is discounted at Jay's Discount Grocery. You find your favorite foods that your family likes so well, and you find it at great reduced prices, at discount prices. They also have top choice meats cut fresh daily. If you like a good steak or a roast or pork chops, a cube steak or more, consider getting it at Jay's Discount Grocery, and it'll be good and cut fresh. Now, they're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, Friday and Saturdays, 8 to 8. And they honor your debit cards, EBT cards. That's Jay's Discount Grocery, Oak Street, Forest City. Why don't you visit them the next time you go to the grocery store? Run in there and get you a load of groceries and have money left over. Jay's Discount Grocery. They're over on Oak Street behind the hospice resale shop in Forest City. All right, here is Corporal Lowry with the Sheriff's Report.
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has responded to 155 calls, made 16 arrests, and we currently have 189 detainees in jail. Under arrest reports, we have Virgil Henry Oakes III of Ellenboro was arrested for felony probation violation. We have Brandon Trent Swink of Forest City was arrested for communicating threats. We have Jose Angel Granja Lopez of Forest City charged with intoxicated and disruptive and impeding traffic. And we have Jason Michael Francis of Marion was charged with failure to appear on misdemeanor. Under incident reports, we just have one. Samantha Self is an employee at Deb's Mini Mart in Spindale. She reported an incident of misdemeanor larceny. And that'll do it for today.
WCAB has been serving the community with family-friendly radio programming for 50 years. Thank you, Rutherford County, for making WCAB your radio station of choice. Turn it up. WCAB 590 Rutherfordton.
18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Hey, get this picture. Get this picture in your mind. Go to a wedding, bride dressed up in her bride's outfit, beautiful grooms all dressed up nicely, ready to say the vows of I do, I love you dearly, I love you dearly, and everything's really nice. Well, that's the picture that you usually paint. But over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, a Tennessee bride was arrested hours after saying I do when authorities say she pointed a gun at her groom. Yeah, they got married. She said I do, he said I do, and she pulled out a gun. Murfreesboro Police Sergeant Kyle Edmonds told WTVF-TV on Monday that 25-year-old Kate Elizabeth Pritchard was still in her wedding dress when she was arrested on an aggravated domestic assault charge. Evans says officers responded to a report of Pritchard and her husband arguing at a Clarion Inn motel a few hours after they were married. Police say witnesses reported that Pritchard pulled a 9mm pistol out of her dress, pointed it at her husband's head, and pulled the trigger. The gun wasn't loaded, however. Police say Pritchard then loaded a round in the chamber and fired a shot in the air. It's unclear if she had an attorney now, but I'm asking you how and why would a bride put an empty gun in her wedding dress to go down to the altar to say, for better or for worse, for richer for poor, until death do us part? Then they go to a reception and she pulls out a gun out of her dress. I didn't know wedding dresses had pockets. Where'd she have that gun stored? It was empty. But then she loaded it. Now, what were the bullets of this gun? It's a strange story. Yeah. A few hours after they were married, police said the witnesses reported that Pritchard pulled a 9mm pistol out of her dress, pointed at her husband's head, and pulled the trigger. She was still dressed in her wedding dresses. Gun wasn't loaded. Police say Pritchard then loaded a round in the chamber, fired a shot in the air. Maybe she had a little bit too much of that nippy stuff they have sometimes at wedding receptions. I don't know. The story doesn't elaborate on too much of that. That goes into the file of weird stories. This one, however, goes in the file of how sweet. Here's a Kentucky obstetrician, Frankfort, Kentucky. I've been there. A Kentucky obstetrician who was at the hospital to give birth to her own baby. She was already going to the hospital to deliver her own baby, have it delivered. She took the time to deliver another patient's baby first. Dr. Amanda Hess told local media that she was getting ready to do her own induction and delivery on Sunday at Frankfort Regional Medical Center when she heard there was a woman who needed to deliver immediately because the baby was in distress. So the on-call doctor of the hospital had just left for a break. Wouldn't you know it? So this Dr. Hess, Dr. Amanda Hess, who was there to have her own baby delivered, she heard about this, so she put on a gown, covered her shoes with hospital boots, and walked down to the patient's room to get to work. She helped Leah Halliday Johnson deliver a baby girl. Hess's only baby girl was later delivered. Both moms say they're doing well. So that's a nice doctor. Oh, how sweet. Sweet story, isn't it? Yeah. There's some good things going on out there. It's not all bad. If you look around, they'll find some things who like that doctor who chose to help somebody else. Occasionally you'll find great stories. It's just that there's a lot of negative stories as well, but we need to know a little bit what's going on around us. What as they say, keep your enemies close by so you know what's going on out there. We've got a sports update coming up.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, "There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt." John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, "There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt." La 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 la. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Na 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 na. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Cam Newton was held out of passing drills Tuesday as the Panthers returned to the field for training camp at Wofford College in Spartanburg. Quarterback still dealing with some soreness in his surgically repaired throwing shoulder. Ron Rivera said Cam told the training staff prior to the workout that he was still feeling sore from last week.
He started warming up this morning and said he still felt a little bit sore, so we figured, why push it? Why have him throw with a sore arm and make it even sore? So it'd be better not to have him throw.
Cam was suited up, but only worked on handoffs. The circus was in Boston last night. Cleveland Indians center fielder Austin Jackson made a sensational circus-style catch. The call on Fox Sports, bottom of the fifth. Jackson jumped high and jackknifed into the Boston bullpen, robbing Hanley Ramirez of a leadoff homer.
There's a long fly ball, deep center field. Jackson's back. He leaps. He made an unbelievable catch. He flipped into the bullpen. What a play by Austin Jackson. That just might be the play of the year.
Stunned and disappointed, the Boston fans saluted Jackson with a standing ovation.
That was awesome, but I was just so pumped up, especially going over like that. I could easily drop it, but I was able to hold on to it and get that out.
He said he didn't even hear the fans cheering for him. The Red Sox, though, came back in bottom of the ninth, went on to win 12-10. The Carolina Hurricanes owner Peter Carmanos Jr. says he wants to sell his team for $500 million. He told the Raleigh News and Observer Tuesday that he and an ownership group led by former Texas Rangers CEO Chuck Greenberg have agreed to a term sheet, but they don't have a purchase agreement. The Hurricanes, meanwhile, announced they've agreed to a 6-year contract extension with defenseman Brett Pesce. The 22-year-old American-born blue liner played in every game last year. He scored twice and added 18 helpers in just his second full pro season. This is NCN Sports.
This is Brian Geisinger from the ACC Sports Journal. Here's a look at what we have at ACCSports.com today. At the ACC Analytics tab, we look at the unique challenge of being a wide receiver in Georgia Tech's offense. What that could mean for boom or bust threat Ricky June in his senior season under Paul Johnson. We also open up the playbook for North Carolina basketball's offense and take a look at one of Roy Williams' favorite sets, operating out of the pinch post. For a full breakdown, head to the ACC Analytics page. NC State basketball coach Kevin Keatts stopped by the David Glenn Show. If you missed that interview, there's no need to fret. That entire interview and its audio can be found up on the David Glenn tab at ACCSports.com. For latest news on the Wolfpack, Blue Devils, Tar Heels, Deacons, and the rest of the ACC, make sure to check out ACCSports.com. This has been the ACC Sports Report. I'm Brian Geisinger.
The NC State basketball team departs today for an 11-day trip to Italy. The Wolfpack will be playing 3 games, and they'll stop in Milan, Venice, Florence, and Rome. Coach Kevin Keatts says the trip is to get in some hoops, some sightseeing, and a lot of bonding time.
This trip is for our season. It's a gauge to see what we need to work on and the things that prepare us for the season, and not so much how well we play. And it's so I can see as a coach and get back and just kind of figure out where we need to go and what combinations play well together.
Citing logistics, Keatts wouldn't reveal who the Pack will play while they're in Europe, but he said he's ready to unleash a newly formed beast in Leonard Freeman. Keatts joked the red shirt senior is 22 pounds lighter and has room to splurge on pasta and gelato. Josh Zackin.
Do you need some extra money in your pocket? Try Insurance Service Associates, your local independent agent. We can shop your auto and home insurance with several companies to get you better coverage and the best rate. Insurance Service Associates at 127 East Trade Street in Forest City for auto, home, or commercial insurance. More choices, better coverage, best rate. That's Insurance Service Associates, 245-5301.
Kyle Busch. We just methodically go about our races. Is now a serious championship contender. Our stats and our runs and our speed shows for itself.
It's unfortunate that the mistake I made on the racetrack caused all this stuff to blow up.
Did you know they sold about 1,200 of these stupid Rooster t-shirts?
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000? Or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel.
800-398-8309. 800-398-8309. 800-398-8309. That's 800-398-8309.
Given that he could have won up to 5 Monster Energy Cup Series races before he finally got his first win of the year at Pocono, is there any doubt Kyle Busch is now a serious threat to capture the championship?
It's not one that I need to go out and beat our chest to say that, we should be in the conversations. That's for other people to decide. But I think our stats and our runs and our speed shows for itself. We just methodically go about our races, and that's our mentality. And when it works for us, we go to victory lane, and that's how we get to Homestead.
This season, a driver with 5 or more years of full-time experience on the Monster Energy Cup Series could only run 10 Xfinity Series races. And for 2018, that's going to be cut down to 7. They will also continue not to be allowed to run the regular season finale or any of the playoff races. After Martin Truex Jr. got into Kyle Busch, taking them both out of the Brickyard 400, a couple of crewmen who work for Truex but are actually employed by Joe Gibbs got into a verbal confrontation with Busch's crew chief. Gibbs then suspended Truex's front and rear tire changer for 3 races, and Truex doesn't believe they deserved that.
I don't think they did. I mean, obviously, you never want to see guys, get in a confrontation, but, I think it shows their passion for what they're doing. It shows, their passion for our team. It's unfortunate that a mistake I made on the racetrack kind of caused all this stuff to blow up. I'm proud of our pit crew guys, what they've done this year, what they continue to do for us, and like I said, we'll just get through the next couple weeks the best we can.
And according to an inside source, while Kurt Busch is continuing to work on plans for 2018 with Stewart-Haas Racing, the deadline has now passed for the team to pick up Kurt's option for next season. That means the former champion, who's about to turn 39, is now technically a free agent.
You wash the outside, clean the inside, and make sure maintenance is up to date. Pamper your car's engine and fuel system by adding Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Using the fluids as a carrier to reach internal parts, Z-Max literally soaks into metal, dispersing harmful carbon buildup. This helps improve performance, extend engine life, and reduce emissions. Get Z-Max today at zmax.com or your local auto parts store.
Ryan Blaney walked around all last weekend at Pocono with a T-shirt that had on it what looked to be a skinny cornflakes chicken.
Did you know they sold about 1,200 of these stupid Rooster T-shirts, and they're giving it all to the Victory Junction Foundation of Kyle Petty, so made some money and donated to charity, which is pretty neat.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, brought to you by Z-Max, performance you can feel.
Well, this happens often around the racetrack, but we hope it never happens to you. If it does, turn your problems over to the Collision Center at McCurry Deck, the preferred repair center. The Collision Center is the only body shop with a controlled downdraft booth. It's an approved insurance repair center. They repair all makes and all models. You have the right to go to the repair shop of your choice. Make it a good one. Make it the Collision Center at McCurry Deck, located behind McCurry Deck Motors, Highway 74A, Forest City.
We'll see partly to at times mostly cloudy skies around the area today with seasonably warm temperatures. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon thunder shower toward the foothills counties. Highs today will reach about 86 to 92. Then tonight will be partly cloudy and mild. Lows dropping into the low to mid 60s. Looks like Thursday will bring a mixture of high clouds and sunshine. We may turn a little bit more humid tomorrow. High temperatures tomorrow, again ranging about 86 to 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
We're only 16 degrees away from our expected high today of 86, and it's going to be mostly sunny, I guess. Winds only about 5 miles per hour. Now, looking toward the weekend, starting on Friday, we have some scattered thunderstorms possible. Highs around 86. Saturday, scattered shower possibilities, 40% chance. Sunday, 40% chance of scattered showers. Monday, looks like a 50% chance of scattered showers. So we got showers coming our way scattered off and on. Some will be getting some showers, some probably will not be, but it's get about time for us to get another shower. Getting a little bit dry out there. I've enjoyed this nice weather, though, haven't you? My, I love this kind of weather. It's cool and the humidity's down. I like that. Love that, as a matter of fact. Congratulations to Tanisha Hamilton of Fall City. She's 13 today and won the cake from Granny B's, and we're being kind to Ronnie and Janet Hoover from Spindale on their anniversary today. We got a few dates open in August for the Be Kind To if you want to fill some of those. We got the first few days full, but looks like by August the 8th and 9th are open. August 8th and 9th are open next Tuesday and Wednesday. If birthdays or anniversaries work for you, you want us to recognize somebody, just call us. Todd will flag those out for you. Well, you've heard of Kid Rock. Many of you have heard of Kid Rock. Many of you probably have not heard of Kid Rock, but he's a rock and roll kind of guy. He says he's running for the Senate. And the polls show that Kid Rock as a Republican front-runner, 8 points behind Stabenow. He's a rock musician, an outspoken supporter of President Trump. And he says he's running, considering rocker Robert Ritchie, as he was born, hasn't yet declared his candidacy in the race yet. But Stabenow's 8-point lead in a hypothetical matchup will likely add fuel to his possible candidacy. Ritchie took 33% in the Target Insight poll compared to his closest rival, businessman and veteran John James, who had 16%. The poll showed 49% of likely Michigan voters think Trump is doing an excellent or pretty good job as president. 49% in Michigan think he's doing a pretty good job. Much more positive assessment than his national approval ratings, currently just under 40%. Ritchie has been an ardent Trump supporter since he switched support from Ben Carson when Trump won the Republican presidential nomination. Since then, he began selling pro-Trump merchandise through his online store, including T-shirts with the phrase, God, Guns, and Trump. He's been a longtime supporter of Republican candidates. Despite not having officially announced his run, Ritchie is also selling Kid Rock for Senate shirts and hats and bumper stickers and yard signs alongside the Trump items and a Trump-styled Make America, explicative here again, hat. He's also announced plans last week, politics Kid Rock announcements to create a nonprofit organization supporting voter registration. So I don't know if he's serious or not, or if he's just getting publicity, but he's running pretty strong there. We'll see how all turns out. We'll keep you posted on the Kid Rock. All right, let's see what else. The Target Insight poll, by the way, surveyed 822 likely Michigan voters on Tuesday and Thursday of last week and had a margin of error of plus or minus 3.5%. For the smaller Republican sample, the poll interviewed 344 Republicans and had a margin of error of plus minus 5.35 points. The poll used Ritchie's stage name, Kid Rock, though the newspaper pointed out if he did run, it would be his non-professional name that would appear on the ballot, so that would make a big difference in whether or not they know the name, recognize the name. Kid Rock they would recognize. Ritchie, depends. Well, we've said many times that when people get to be celebrities and get to be Hollywood actresses or television stars or musicians, it seems like something just goes to the head. They just sort of lose it. Actress Jennifer Lawrence, star of The Hunger Games and the highest paid actress in the world, has harshly criticized Christians. In an interview in the December edition of Vogue magazine, the subject of Kim Davis came up. You remember her, Kim Davis. She was the Kentucky county clerk who went to jail for refusing to sign wedding license for gay couples. Her name came up in a conversation with Jennifer Lawrence. Lawrence's reaction is described by Vogue writer Jonathan Van Meter. It says the day I'm at Lawrence's house also happens to be the day after the infamous county clerk, Kim Davis, gets out of jail, where she had been sent for defying a court order requiring her to issue marriage license to same-sex couples. Lawrence brings it up, calling her that lady who makes me embarrassed to be from Kentucky. Kim Davis? Don't even say her name in my house, she shoots back, and then goes into a rant about all those people holding their crucifixes, which may as well be pitchforks, thinking they're fighting a good fight. I grew up in Kentucky. I know how they are. This is a rebel-rousing spirit in Lawrence that gets stirred up when certain subjects are broached. She says, I was raised a Republican, but I just can't imagine supporting a party that doesn't support women's basic rights. These are my words. Women's basic rights, like killing the baby when you want to. It's 2015, and gay people can get married. We think that we've come so far, so yay. But have we? I don't want to stay quiet about that stuff. It is not that big of a stretch to imagine her becoming a modern-day Jane Fonda, whom she deeply admires. This is Jennifer Lawrence. Admires Jane Fonda. Well, I didn't see Hunger Games and don't know her really, but that just turned me off. If she wants to be like Jane Fonda, mercy. Well, one thing about the first 6 months plus of the Trump administration is it has brought a discernible shift in the religious affiliation breakdown of refugees admitted to the United States, with a larger proportion of Christians to Muslims among those resettling. How's that for a change? Most of those who have arrived since President Trump's inauguration would have begun the application process long before. It can take 18 to 24 months, but the change is nonetheless striking. More than half of those admitted under Trump, 51.2%, are Christians, compared to 43.3% of those who arrived during the same period 1 year earlier under President Obama. At the same time, the proportion of Muslims among the refugees admitted during those two time periods dropped from 46.7% under Obama to 37.6% under Trump. Big difference in who's being allowed into the country. The trend is pretty evident over the successive months of the Trump administration. In February, Trump's first full month in office, the Christian-Muslim ratio was 41% to 50%. By April, the balance had changed, with 54% Christians to 35% Muslims. In July, the margin of difference was even larger, 62% Christians compared to 34% Muslims. Now, how's that for a change from what Obama was doing? The Obama administration admitted more than twice as many refugees over the identical period of time, earlier January 21st through July 31st, 2016, a total of 42,880, according to the State Department. Of those 20,034, 46.7% identified themselves as Muslims, 43.3% as Christians, 3.8% as Buddhists, and 2.4% as Hindu. Another 3.7% were from smaller religious groups or profess no religion at all. So refugees admission under Trump more Christian than Muslim, which is probably a good thing. I mentioned earlier doing a call-around report with Brenda about this Oklahoma woman. 72-year-old Oklahoma woman is receiving national attention after killing 17 copperheads under her house. 17 copperheads. Susan Thompson was visiting her neighbor, Mrs. Newby, when she learned the woman had killed 11 copperheads that she found under her low wire. Newby used a shovel, a shotgun, and a rake handle. Thompson posted a picture of the woman on Facebook. Ms. Newby killed 11 copperheads last night at her house. She's a snake killer. If you need her help, call her. She's 72 years old. Could you imagine going to bed at night? She may not have known they were there at the time, but can you go imagine going to bed at night, sleeping, knowing there's copperheads under your house? They find a hole to climb up into your bedroom. Gives me the willies just talking about it. 8:45. This Hump Day Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday is Oldies Day in the Blue Room. Some of the great oldies. And you know by now, of course, Scaramucci was removed as White House Communications Director at General Kelly's urging, and the president appointed Kelly as chief of staff. He said Scaramucci's got to go. So Scaramucci has gone. Wasn't there but just a few days. Trump, of course, reserves the right to cause chaos himself, but he likes an orderly system. Newt Gingrich said he has a right to appoint who he wants to appoint, get rid of who he wants to get rid of. And if he don't want to do it himself, if he doesn't want to look across the boardroom table and say you're fired, he'll hire somebody that will. It's just that simple. Folks think he's not a smart man. He is a smart man. He's smart like a fox. All right, I'll be back in just a moment.
It's time for the 26th Annual Hot Nights Cool Rides Car Show in downtown Forest City. Don't miss one of the largest car shows in the Southeast, August the 18th and 19th. Things kick off Friday, August the 18th from 6 until 8:30 with a concert on Depot Street at the Farmers Market, and you can take part in the early registration on Friday from 2 until 8 at 108 East Main Street across from the fountain. You can also register Saturday, August the 19th from 9 until 4. Cost is $25. Bring the entire family for an all-day entertainment with the Barney Fife impersonator, Jack Roper and the Weatherman Band, the Oak Grove String Band, and Night Moves Band. Food vendors galore. That's Main Street heating up Friday, August the 18th from 6 until 8:30 and Saturday from 9 until 8 p.m. Don't miss the 26th Annual Hot Nights Cool Rides in downtown Forest City.
Do you need a legal consultation regarding wills, real estate closings, or Medicaid planning, or just legal representation? Contact attorneys Geraldine Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. With years of experience and expertise, Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let this professional team go to work for you.
The breast cancer program at Rutherford Regional Health System is designed to provide each patient with comprehensive and compassionate care. Beyond having state-of-the-art technology for early detection and the most current treatments available for breast cancer, each patient is viewed as an individual. As the treatment for breast cancer becomes increasingly complex, it is important to know that Rutherford Regional is here to provide you with knowledgeable and caring medical professionals who will be with you every step of the way. For more information about the breast care program at Rutherford Regional, log on to www.myrutherfordregional.com/breastcare.
Hey, this is Addie Lavender for the gift shop at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. Guess what we have? We have Forgotten Rutherford County, a book by my dad and local author Todd Lavender. It is a hardbound book with over 300 pages of stories, facts, history, pictures, and memorabilia from long ago. Come in today for your copy of Forgotten Rutherford County by Todd Lavender at the gift shop at Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City.
Past 8 o'clock, Hump Day Wednesday morning. Remember that Oldies Day in the Blue Room right after 9 o'clock updates. Hey, how do you feel about somebody just tearing down your flag or telling you can't put up "In God We Trust" or "I Love America" kind of thing anymore? Well, it's happened. Todd Starn is reporting about this. For as far back as anyone can remember, there's been a roadside memorial honoring military veterans along Preston Falls City Road in King County, Washington. For more than 10 years, local residents have decorated a rock wall with American flags and POW flags, a reminder of the price that many of our countrymen have paid to keep our nation free. But recently, someone complained to King County leaders about the sign, saying the patriotic display was offensive. So last week, a King County road crew took down this display, tearing flags off the rock. Well, that decision did not sit well with the flag-waving patriots of Preston. Hundreds joined a Facebook cry out urging King County to restore the memorial. One person says they don't like it, and they take it down. I don't understand. One resident told television station Fox 57, "We live in the United States of America. This is our flag. Why is it offensive?" But instead of standing down, as their elected leaders described the Veterans Memorial, local residents decided to fight back by rebuilding the memorial. People were really upset about this. For 57 reports, but county officials want to find a new location for the memorial because signage and displays can create a visual distraction that may cause drivers to look away from the roadway. As far as the display's content, officials say making allowances for some would make other displays harder to ban. So one person comes forward and says they're offended by it. So everybody goes conniptions and decide, well, it's got to come down. Well, I salute the brave men and women of Preston, Washington, patriots all. And I have no doubt that on Election Day they will send a message to the lawmakers who gave the order to remove Old Glory. We don't pull Old Glory down unless it's obstructing somebody's view or it's in the line of traffic. We let Old Glory fly. Too many lives have been lost to keep it flying. And we don't need to bow down and cow down to one person who says, "Oh, I'm offended by that. We need to take that." Well, don't look at it if you're offended by it. Or move out of the county. Go somewhere else. Don't look at it if you're offended by it. There's thousands of us who are not offended by it. We're offended if it comes down. And I have a message for the unpatriotic snowflake who was triggered by the red, white, and blue. If the American flag offends you, I'll be more than happy to provide you with a one-way ticket to Iran, Syria, or Afghanistan. And I'll even help you pack. No, they just want to see what they can get away with. And they're doing a pretty good job of getting away with it because we still have people in elected positions in places in some of the more liberal states and liberal counties that do anything to satisfy the mumblers and the grumblers. And we don't have enough people with backbone and courage like General Kelly and stand up and say, "Go sit down somewhere. This is America. Sit down over there in the corner. This is America. The Old Glory's going to fly. And we're going to pray in school. We're going to pray wherever we feel like praying. Go sit in a corner somewhere." We don't have enough elected politicians. We got too many folks up there like McCain. Wait. Anyway, don't get me started, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, yes, I'm the great pretender. Pretending that I'm doing well. My need is such, I pretend too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Whoa, yes, I'm the great pretender. Adrift in a world of my own. I play the game, but to my real shame, you've left me to dream all alone. Too real is this feeling of make-believe. Too real
NCN News, I'm Tony Rixby. North Korea has been testing unarmed ballistic missiles, but we're learning those missiles could have disastrous consequences for planes flying near the launch area. CBS News transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve says North Korea's latest test missile came dangerously close to an Air France plane.
Air France issued a statement saying North Korea's missile test zones do not interfere in any way with Air France flight paths. We constantly analyze potentially dangerous flight